Sorry guys, my video cut out. At the same time, I do believe that we all have that power within us to tap into the messages that we need. And I do believe that it's always within us. So, as great as it is to hear messages from other people, just remember that, you don't have to go to a friend to get advice all the time. You don't have to go to see a psychic all the time. Because you know what? The one person who knows what's right for you is you. And even if you can't hear the messages sometimes and you're so cluttered and things are foggy in your mind, this is a reminder to find a place and how do I word this? Like a place of peace and quiet within you. And maybe that's going out for a walk. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go for a nice walk, even in the rain today, because I feel like it's very cleansing and refreshing and grounding. And, this is all about just doing what feels right to you. Maybe you should go for a bath or drink more water or do a meditation or do a yoga class. Find a place where you can really listen to yourself, where you can focus on your breathing or even the stillness between the breaths, between the inhale and the exhale. And there's a lot of messages there for you always. For the middle of the week, we have focus on service. And sometimes we get really caught up in, am I doing enough? Am I giving enough? And then there's other times when we get caught up in, well, I'm giving out all the time and I'm not receiving and nobody's giving back to me. And the thing to, keep your focus on is being of service. And that doesn't mean exhausting yourself and straining and stressing and trying to give out of an empty well. You know what I mean? Being of service to me means aligning with your purpose, with your path, with what you love to do, because when you do that, you shine naturally and you shine your light to the world. You inspire others the most when you're just being yourself. And that's what this is all about, and that's what I was saying. This is what we're all going through right now, is this time when we're really realigning with, okay, what do I want to do, and what do I love? What am I being called to do? What is my higher self telling me to do? What is my heart saying? What is my soul saying? And listen to that. See how those go together? Like, listen to what your heart is saying. And I know it's really tough because there's a lot of people still stuck in fear-based thoughts. I'm going through this too, and sometimes I think the people that care about us the most, like our friends and family, and the people that we have the deepest relationships with, it's not that they don't believe in us, but I think they're so used to living the way they live, or living on a small scale, and living in this old way. We all used to live in this old way. And I see this pretty clearly, and there's nothing wrong with it. But this is just an old way of living, of growing up and going to school and becoming something successful to make money or to raise a family. And I think that definitely served a purpose at the time. And there was always a time for that. There was a time when it made sense for women to stay at home and take care of their kids. And obviously we've been just going through such a huge change in the world over the past, I don't even know, couple decades, where there's a lot of career women, and there's nothing wrong with that, and I think it's awesome. And imagine what they must have gone through to make that transition from, you have to be a stay-at-home mom, and you have to do this, and that's your role. Those women were so brave, and we should send gratitude to them, because we live in a world now where basically we can do anything that we want to do if we make the choice to do so, and if we believe in ourselves enough to do that. So think about it that way. If people were able to start doing what they love back in a time when that just didn't exist and people thought, that was crazy, then obviously we can do it now, and that's what this is about, is focusing on what you love. And like I said, when you do that, you naturally are being of service. You are shining. You are a being of light, period. That is your core. And you don't have to strive to be this perfect thing or to be enough, because you are enough as you are. So this is getting in alignment with what your purpose is and what you feel called to do. And being strong in yourself to go for it and to believe in yourself. And you will see that sometimes the universe just puts things together for you to show you that you can do this and this is the road you're supposed to go down. And it's your higher self is guiding yourself here now. And that's basically what a lot of people are going through right now, which is great. Another thing about the past too is, you can't be afraid of going to this big path, to this big calling. And I think we naturally feel fear, which is okay. But think about, all the brilliant people that have been here. And, think about Einstein. Think about all of the laws of science and physics and things that people just thought, you sound crazy. And, these people were basically earth angels. They were beings of light, beings of love, beings that brought so much understanding to this world. People used to think that the world was flat. The thought that the world was round was completely insane at the time, until people just started awakening to, maybe there's something bigger out there. And people are still awakening to a lot of things in life right now. This is a time of huge awakening for people. That, hey, there's a plan for me that I planned out that I can't fully remember, but I can tap into it one step at a time, and I will always be led to where I need to go. Tapping in to universal energy. And to me, it's something that just comes naturally to me, because I think that obviously, if everyone on the planet is going through these same shifts, it's like, well, obviously we're being impacted by such a bigger loving force, and we're being affected by the planets, and I just believe that we're being affected by everything. And that makes sense to me. And if that doesn't make sense to you, that's cool too. So anyway, this is about listening inside, taking time to tap into what do you want, what do you love, and trust that, because that's not wrong. Because what you feel in your heart and what you feel in your soul is what you're meant to do here. That's who you're meant to be here in this life, on this earth. And people need that. People need to be inspired, and they need to see people acting from a place of love and doing things from their heart. And you really inspire people when you're just being yourself, doing what you feel guided to do, inspired to do, drawn to do. When you do these things, you don't even realize the huge impact that you make on the world, because when people see that, it, reflects to them, oh yeah, I forgot about my dream and what I used to want. And it kind of helps them to realign with their path and purpose. But again, that's a whole process that we go through within ourselves. But, you do affect people in such a positive way when you stay true to yourself. And when you just take time to be still, to be quiet, to tune in and align with your purpose. For the weekend, we have time to go. I don't even know what to say, because this is how it all goes together. It's a time to listen. It's a time to, again, realign with our purpose and focus on being of service and giving to ourselves, because when we give to ourselves, we give to the whole universe, to the whole world. And time to go is just the message that things are really shifting right now. Cycles are ending. New cycles are beginning. Things are being renewed. It's springtime. There's new growth. Things are changing, like I said, in relationships, in careers, and it's time to step into that. It's time to step into your authentic self more than you ever have. And this is an ongoing practice. It's not like after this weekend, I'm going to be my authentic self for the rest of my life and I never have to do any kind of work. This is all about being a practice. I think everything in life is a practice, and I think we're always going to be growing, and it's not about, like I said, becoming this perfect being or entity or being enough, because we are enough in every moment. We're just always going to be growing, and that's something to think about and to accept. So there's lots of things going on energetically right now, but it's really time for us. We're being moved, especially with all these crazy energies. Like, a lot of the planets aren't really getting along with each other right now. And that puts the energy out there on us to move us exactly where we need to go. Onto our bigger roads, onto our bigger paths, onto the things that we put aside, or move to the things that we never thought we could do. And now is the time to muster up enough courage and faith and trust in ourselves, in the universe, in everybody, on the earth and just in positive energy. Put that faith out there, because now is the time for us to regain that strength, to push forward and to go into this new way of life, a new way of being, and getting into what we're truly here to do. And the additional message for this week is peace with Archangel Azrael. It says, to release the past, there is a more enriching future. There's a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. And that gives me chills right now, because how that's the best way to end a reading ever, because that's exactly what it is. You know, it's finding peace in the now, finding peace with the past, and being okay with the future, finding peace with the future, and trusting that you are on your path, that you are on your way. We're all, you know, on our way to this new life, really, our new way of being, and getting in alignment with our purpose in a much bigger way than we ever have. So we'll leave it on that. Release the past. There's a more enriching future coming. You know, obviously that is the whole message right now, is we're moving towards this, and just let go and let God. And if you have any worries of any sort, you know, you have the answers within you. And the answers, if you even can't hear them within yourself, are within your higher self. The answers are out there in the universe. The answers are with your angels, with source, with spirit, with God, with light, with loving energy. The answers you need are attainable for you to get within yourself. And it's about finding time to just be, to be still and to hear those messages within yourself or coming from your higher self. It's a time to believe in ourselves and our purpose, and believe that what we love to do is what we love to do for a reason. What we're drawn to for a reason, and it's our purpose, and it's our path here in this life, and it's about accepting that and embracing that and believing in ourselves that yes, we can do this. We can impact and inspire people just by being ourselves. We can be abundant in all ways, including financially, by doing the things that we love to do. And it's just time to go. It's time to move forward and really step into our power and believe in ourselves, to find peace with the past, find peace now in the present, and find peace with the future, and to let go of worries. And I know that this, again, is a practice, and some days are more tough than others, and that's what it's like to be human, and that's okay. So remember to take time to breathe. Lots of intense energies right now. Full moon tomorrow. Lots of lunar, there's lunar eclipse, there's a new moon after that. Some of the planets are still in retrograde, I think Mars and Saturn, so there's a lot going on. But just take time to breathe into the now moment, because you are safe. You are exactly where you need to be right now. The answers that you need will come to you at the perfect divine time, when it's right for you to receive the message. I've been receiving, quite some insights over the past couple days, and I trust that, everything's happening at the perfect divine time, and it's just about going with the flow, and that's all you can do. So believe in yourself and breathe, and everything is going to be okay. It's going to be more than okay. Things are going to be great. Things are progressing really quickly. Things are moving forward. Where I am, the snow is melting. The sun will shine again. And yeah. So have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Bye.